A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, Mid-HudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, November 29. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. An alleged illegal cannabis retailer was shut down by city officials on Tuesday on Academy Street in Poughkeepsie. Officers from the city accompanied the inspectors during the visit to 13 Academy Street to inspect the premises from outside. The store was closed down after the visit, only to reopen a few hours later. The store has been the source of a substantial number of illegally parked shoppers who have been parking in the lanes of traffic between Academy and Cannon Streets while they run up to the small thrown-together window to pay for their marijuana choice. The store operator has been posting the availability of a variety of unlicensed cannabis at the shop. The menu was written on a dry erase board and hung in the window to expedite the shopping process. The shopkeeper was warned by police on Tuesday that a crackdown on traffic and parking violators in the vicinity of the store was about to happen. The crackdown followed a physical assault on a parking enforcement officer near the store at around 11:30 on Monday morning. Breeze Airways will begin its twice-weekly flights between New York Stewart International Airport and Orlando and Charleston, South Carolina, and advance tickets are doing well. Stewart Business Development Director Yil Shurhan told the Stewart Airport Commission yesterday. Shurhan says the airline has given the airport positive feedback on the flights.
They've shared that as bookings improve, they plan to increase frequencies to those markets as well as add frequency to other markets.
Shurhan also announced Allegiant Air will expand its Myrtle Beach service to 5 times per week. And Play Airlines, which flies to Iceland with connections to mainland Europe, said their flights are performing well at Stewart. Lieutenant Governor Antonio Delgado spent time with children in Poughkeepsie on Tuesday to advance programs to empower them. Delgado and school officials visited the Smith Early Learning Center, followed by a tour of the future Nubian Directions Youth Center for Innovation.
It's so important that we do a lot more to engage our young people. They need opportunities to find their own agency, their own power, especially kids growing up in distressed areas. They need to feel support, they need to feel loved, and they need to feel that there's actual pathways to build on themselves, to pursue careers.
The former congressman turned lieutenant governor was briefed by the leadership of Nubian Directions, who explained the warehouse will eventually become a headquarters for the nonprofit, as well as the site of classrooms and technology areas. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
In an effort to reduce aircraft congestion and greenhouse gases at New York's 3 major jet ports, the Stewart Airport Commission yesterday recommended that the Port Authority hire a consultant to study a flight diversion program. The suggestion to hire South Pole consultants comes from the chairman of the Advisory Commission, Paul Quadraro.
The concept is that instead of aircraft circling, taxiing for half an hour, 45 minutes because of congestion, that you relieve the congestion and reduce greenhouse gases by moving flights, scheduled flights from the New York City airports to Stewart so that there is a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions.
Quadraro believes airlines will buy into the plan for environmental and economic reasons. Middletown's fireman Joe's statue is at New York Art Foundry in Newburgh, where it's being recast in bronze. The 100-year-old statue was moved from its pedestal in Middletown last summer and moved to the Newburgh Foundry where it's being cast in bronze, says foundry owner Paige Tucker.
We're in the middle of making a wax replica of the statue, and we're going to invest that in ceramic shell and pour the piece entirely in bronze.
Tucker said the statue will be ready for reinstallation on a granite base in the spring. Her $70,000 work will virtually last forever, she said. The Bear Mountain Bridge was first opened to the general public on Thanksgiving Day, November 27, 1924, and in honor of its 99th anniversary, an historic photo was recreated. During the last phases of construction in 1924, workers and others involved in the project posed for a photo both on the steel tower and on the deck below. On November 17th of this year, over 100 people gathered at the bridge to recreate the photo for the New York State Bridge Authority and the nonprofit Historic Bridges of the Hudson Valley. The new photo also paid homage to a dog in the 1924 photo, with the inclusion of Duke, the furry companion of Bear Mountain Bridge Assistant Foreman Scott Anacani. A documentary memorializing the centennial of the bridge is in the works. Several Newburgh residents are calling for the City Council to pass a resolution demanding that Congressman Pat Ryan support a ceasefire in the Gaza war. That is the stronghold of the terrorist group Hamas, which attacked Israel on October 7th, murdering hundreds of civilians and kidnapping hundreds more. Israel has since declared war on Hamas and is bombing the Gaza with hundreds of civilian casualties. There's currently a temporary ceasefire, but the Newburgh residents want a long-term end to the hostilities, prompting several to speak out at Monday night's council meeting, among them Chris Omar, a second-generation Palestinian resident.
By endorsing this resolution and calling on Pat Ryan to support a ceasefire, Newburgh has an opportunity to become a beacon of hope, a place where we recognize the importance of putting an end to cycles of displacement and advancing justice for all.
Several of the council members said they would support a ceasefire, but no formal vote was taken. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives last night, in an overwhelming and bipartisan fashion, says Congressman Mike Lawler unequivocally reaffirmed Israel's rights to exist in the face of an unprecedented wave of hate against it. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.